Hello and welcome to another week's edition of the Waller Show. Another fine week for the Waller camp.
Yeah, it was. A few winners.
4 winners last Wednesday. Could have had 6.
6.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
But
Magicus.
anyway, Magicus was unlucky
He was.
and one pipped on the post
In times of war.
in times of war.
Was a bit.
But anyway, we had Pianissimo, which we wouldn't be complaining about.
No,
it looks
good.
good.
He's going for better things. Let's turn a row for him.
Yeah. And Al Hutchins on board.
Yeah.
Which is good. Suzanne and her sister won.
Yeah.
Down in Melbourne, Champagne ready.
2 winners in Melbourne, but both impressive. We should have had 3 winners in Melbourne.
Yeah, it should have been 3 from 3.
Never mind.
Never mind.
We can stay here all day talking about those stories.
Exactly. And Wu Tai obviously was
Tai,
the other one down there. And then Fox Play. What about that?
Wow. Group 2 win for Star Thoroughbreds. Denise Martin was pretty happy, and it was her birthday yesterday.
Yeah, and it was backed up with a sneaky win at Kembla for Team Star.
Revolver.
No.
Oh, who?
Duro.
Hawkesbury.
That's it. Anyway, what else has happened this week? Pretty big news yesterday.
Massive announcement with the prize money in Sydney. $100,000, 52 weeks of the year. Minimum prize money, so that's pretty significant. Not just does it help metropolitan owners, trainers, jockeys, it also flows right through to provincials. Get this, Charles, $30,000 running at the provincials.
And the country boys have had a perk too.
Country boys have had a good kick too. They've had, I think they're up to about 25 or 20. No, it's more than that because it was 20 before. Things are flying in New South Wales, and I think we're often critical of our administrators, but not so in the last few years. Gee, they've done a fantastic job. The ATC have turned their deficit around into a profit, and they're spending money. The facilities are fantastic. They're boosting prize money. Racing New South Wales seems to be leading the way, and they're tough rulers, but gee, you can see the reasons why now, because I think we're at the forefront, not just Australia, Charles. Worldwide. Yeah.
Global.
Anybody can race a horse in Sydney, New South Wales. Not everybody can race a horse in Hong Kong or Japan, which could be arguably on a similar prize money scale, but we're way ahead in terms of what we offer and the amount of races. Yeah. So well done New South Wales, ATC and all the other clubs involved.
Okay, we'll fly straight into Melbourne.
Righto.
Well, we've got just the 2 down there. We've got French Emotion.
Yeah, both in the same race, the Let's Elope. French Emotion's drawn 6, and Ben Mellon rides, and All Cerise has drawn 18. She's going to need a lot of luck.
Will she still lead?
I don't think so. We'll probably go back. Let the stewards know, of course, but later, closer to the race time. She's a bit out of form, isn't she?
She is.
So it's hard to get those mares back in form, but we'll see how she goes. Maybe riding her a bit quieter might help her find the line.
Okay, and much to add about French Emotion?
Well, she's going good. Her first up run was good. She went through the grades impressively last prep. Group 2's a big step for her, but yeah, she won't be far away.
Okay. Righto, we'll go straight into the home track, Rose Hill. We kick off with Labdian, drawn 8 of 8. Hugh Bowman on board.
Yep, had no luck last start. Barrier's probably against her again on Saturday because she's not the easiest of horses to ride, but Hugh Bowman's aboard. I'm sure he'll turn it into a positive. She's working well. Does have the top weight of 60 kilograms, Charles, but she's a pretty handy mare.
Okay, in race 2 we've got the 1800 metre race. We've got Soviet Courage, 61.5.
First up for a year. I'd expect him to need a run or 2 and look for
fair.
further.
Okay, and Dubai and Style on the backup.
Yeah, had a tough run last start. I would have liked to have seen him draw better. He's drawn the outside on Saturday.
11 of 11.
11 of 11. Joe Moreira rides, but 50-50 whether he runs. I don't want to break his heart, simple as that. He is a horse that needs cover, otherwise he over races, as we saw last Saturday.
Okay, and the progressive Antonio Giuseppe.
Great chance, Charles. His last 2 wins have both been impressive. He
Step up and trip, surely.
should just
Up
suit
his
him
alley.
down to the ground. Nice weight in the middle of the scale. And the Hugh Bowman ride from a good gate should see him very hard to beat.
And finally, 4 Carat.
Same boat as Soviet Carriage, he'll need a run or two. A lot of these types of horses are heading towards longer races. Maybe even get a trip to Melbourne. He won at Caulfield in the lead up to the Melbourne Cup Carnival last year. We're trying to do the same with him and a few others in the stable.
Okay, and then the next we have Sabacus, massive 61.5 kilos. Hugh Bowman.
It is. It just seems to be the norm nowadays. We are getting a little bit used to it, but it's not easy. It takes their acceleration away. But do you put a 2 kilo claim on, or 3? Or do you go with one of the world's leading riders in Hugh Bowman? I choose Hugh Bowman every time.
Fair enough.
And he's going terrific. He's pulled up well. He'll be hard to beat. And a good draw is a big help when they have got a big weight. You can't have everything against you. Luck and running, big weight, bad draw. If you've got those three things against you, it's a massive negative. But if you've got some things in your favour, good jockey should bring about a bit of luck, good draw that can offset the big weight sometimes.
Okay, then straight into the Kingston Town Stakes. We've got Janu, 59, Barrier 11.
Yeah, the less weight he's carried for a while, but it's still a big impost. Obviously, Allergics there that beat him home a couple of starts ago. He'll be very hard to beat again. He's going along well. His first run for
In the Road Mile was good.
Was good, finishing 3rd behind McCreary. But just with those big weights, it's hard for him to win often.
Of course, McCurry is now ridden by Joe Moreira.
Yeah, big coup there. With the lightweight, not a lot of options available, so Joe hops aboard. He's facing a pretty stiff task. He's gone up 12 rating points. It's not really reflected in this race, but it's made him that he has to race in these races. So yeah, 2,000 metres is the first time. I'm sure he'll settle okay. And Joe's great for getting horses to switch off, and normally finds a length in the finish.
Okay, and then Loophole.
Very unlucky his last 2 runs with no cover in each of them. Just saw him have difficult runs. He still ran 4th last Friday in the Wild Cup.
Struggle not to get cover from Barrier 1.
He should get cover. He just needs to get out. Hopefully we're not telling another hard luck story. But he's never far away. He keeps earning a check for connections.
Okay, then in the Golden Rose. First of all, we've got Nikitas, Triangular Barrier 8.
Yeah, okay draw. Would have liked to see him draw a touch closer, because had he drawn better first up, I think he runs in the first 3. His run was terrific. He'll appreciate the 1400 metre distance. The race will help bring him on, and yeah, just needs an ounce of luck.
It's a sneaky chance.
He's a sneaky chance. I think he'll finish in the first 5. I hope he gets a bit of luck, and he can certainly finish in the first 3.
Okay, and then Ome Sword.
Yeah, we hummed and hard whether to put her in the race, but look, I guess logic took over, and it's 100 metres from her stable door. She walks across the road. It's a Group 1 race on her home track. We didn't know the barrier draws, but it's a great track. It's the right distance for a 1400. She's already got a Group 2 next to her name, so going to the T-Rose was the other option next Saturday, so not really got a lot to gain from that. So here she is running in $1 million race. You can often get a bit too protective of horses, and if we were just to say, well look, Flight Stakes her race, well who's to say other horses aren't going to come out and improve like she has. And then again, the weather conditions, luck and running, barrier draws play a big part in any race. So she takes a place. She's a terrific chance. Her work's been good. Yeah, it's not going to be easy.
I think it's fair to say that most of the punters in the country wanted her to run.
Yeah, for sure. That she's
Looking
been
at the odds.
well supported, which is always a good gauge. She's probably a horse got a bit of hype, the breeding, her presence, and the way she's won last start. So let's hope that hype is actually factual and sees her fighting out the finish on Saturday.
Absolutely. Right, then we go into the Theo Marks. We've got Counterattack. Resuming.
I love the stores.
I know you do.
I love
Loved them for about 3 years.
Yeah, but Look, he's retraced from Shellscrape's brother, and he's won some nice races. He's threatened to win some big races, but hasn't quite done it. So let's hope he can break through this preparation and get a good win next to his name. And I'm sure races coming up like the Rupert Clark, the Toorak will really suit.
And Macintosh, 1300, bit short.
Yeah, touch short, but you've got to start somewhere, Charles. He missed a run last week due to the wet track, and we hopefully won't get too much rain on Friday. There is a little bit of rain forecast, but the track's immaculate. And well done to the ATC, or the Randwick Committee, well not committee, the curators, for doing a good job last week. I thought that track raced pretty good for heavy. And that I went for a walk of the track after the race meeting, and I was pleasantly surprised to say that it's improved on how it's been in the past 6 months. So that's a big step forward. And Rosehill's identical, if not better. It's just they take a lot of pride in their tracks here, and it shows with a heavy workload. Rosehill seems to shine through every time.
Okay. Right, then into the lucky last, Invincible.
Working well, trialled extremely well.
Flying.
That's the type of horse he is, but look, there's a lot for him going towards him, or for him on Saturday, the draw in the middle of the weight scale. James McDonald. We're spoiled in Sydney with great riders. Obviously, we've brought Joe Maria over, and he was booked the day before it was announced, or probably the day it was announced. We only booked him on Saturday simply because we were struggling with the lighter weight. Maybe that's something that they could look at, just lifting that 54.5 up to 55 or 55.5, giving a few more jockeys a few options. But we're spoiled for riders in Sydney, and everybody wants to be here, and that won't change with 100,000 prize money, will it? You might see some of those European jockeys coming out here, Charles.
You'd like to think so.
What do they race for over there? Parsnips?
Peanuts.
Peanuts.
Dingo Mountain.
Yeah, he's the last runner of the day with Invincible. He's won his last two. Heavy 10 track he won on last start. I think he'll improve on a better track. He only just got there in the last stride, but did get the job done.
Kiri knows him well.
Kiri knows him well. On a better track, you'll see a better acceleration.
Okay, that's all, folks.
That's it.
Have a lovely weekend, and hopefully we'll win a Group 1.